Alright, so today is going to be a little bit of a chunky episode because we have got a lot to do. So next episode is the world tour. As you are probably aware, the big 5-0 is coming up, so I want to do some spring cleaning of sorts and try and clean up our world a little bit here to prepare it to make a good and smooth world tour. So this will involve cleaning things up like this netherrack that's laying around on the ground. That was a massive lag spike. As well as connecting all the other parts of our world together with pathways because, well, at the moment there's currently no pathways that go to the sorting system, so I want to do that. In the previous episode, we went ahead and built this pathway here that goes all the way to the viewer recognition hall over here. It's pretty cool looking. I'm happy with how this thing turned out, so I'm going to try and, I guess, build some more pathways and clean up some more stuff in our world. Alright, so the first place that we're going to be looking at here is where the tour is going to start, and that is in the spawn town. So I think step one, we need to get rid of this netherrack because, let's be honest, the netherrack doesn't look very good at all. And if I'm being totally honest with you, it's not the most useful thing in the world. It was just me trying to get an idea of whether I should need to adjust the paths or, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it wasn't very hard to build, so I can probably just rebuild it if need be. Okay, this ravine shape though, admittedly, did take a little bit of work to work out, so I kind of want to keep that there. Right, so I figured I would clear out the general shape for this thing, and if I'm being honest, I don't really feel like digging a ravine right now. I've got a bit of an episode to record here, so I'm not really in the mood to start digging out a massive ravine, but I think I might just leave it at kind of this kind of stage here, and then just kind of maybe bring it down like this. Alright, yeah, so we got a little bit of just a slope going down here, and I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about trying to decorate that a whole lot. This bridge, however, I want to decorate this a little bit. So because dark oak is going to be used in this town a decent amount, from memory? Yeah, pretty sure. Anyway, because dark oak is going to be used quite a bit in this town, I'm going to go ahead and place a whole bunch of these going along the side here. Again, not going to focus on it too much, just want to add a couple details just to make it look a little bit better. Because the main way I play Minecraft is I'm very detail oriented. I try and get the details perfect, and that can result in, well, worlds like this. Worlds where you have tons of really small, awesome looking stuff, and just bits of emptiness everywhere. This episode is going to be trying to break free of that, because, yeah, I need to get a pretty good world going here, I think. So, yeah, anyway. And I'm also going to go ahead and maybe put some slabs underneath, just add that one little extra bit of polish, because why not? There we go. Nothing too special, just a little bridge to kind of bridge over this gap here, I guess. Alright, so this area is already looking quite a bit better from what it previously did, but I think I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of block variation into this tree here, because this was only meant to be temporary, but I want to keep it temporary, I guess, but add a little bit of block variation in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Because just in case you're not aware, this is the first tree, or the location at least, of the first tree that I ever chopped in this world, so I figured why not make something cool out of it. Alright, now I'm going to follow that up by a bunch of just fully grown trees in this center bit. I mean, worst case scenario, I have to chop them back down and I'll just get tons of wood from it, so it's not really a big deal. That tree's a little bit intrusive on that, but overall, this is looking pretty cool. This is improving things a lot more than I thought it would, honestly. It's just, I don't know, it really adds a lot to it, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some bone meal around here, should be good. Anyway, I think another little small detail I'll go ahead and add in here is maybe a little pathway to get to this chest and shulkers in the middle, because, well, we've got quite a few items here. Wow, I didn't realize we had that much stuff. What? Alright, yeah, definitely going to make a small little path that goes in here, so let's just go ahead and add in some path blocks here, just like so. Right, cool. So just a little path that you can access the chest and stuff for this project, because we're going to be chopping all these trees down again, which kind of sucks, but oh well, it'll be fine. So I might just add like 1 or 2 trees on the outskirts here, but probably not a huge amount. Okay, if we can get this last tree with 2 bone meal. Oh, we got it. Perfect. Man, I didn't realize how much trees add to the, I guess, environment type thing. They look so good. It just makes the area feel so much nicer. I don't know. And although it definitely circles this and there's definitely a big bare patch over there, I think it's fine. I think it's still perfectly alright, especially considering this is just temporary. Now, I would go ahead and plant a bunch of trees in this area, probably dark oak, rejuvenate the forest, but I kind of spent a couple hours, a good few hours actually, chopping all of them down so I could do a project here, which I still haven't done yet. So I think I'm going to leave this for the most part. Alright, so it's the next day, and it is the morning, so I probably sound a little bit dead. But I've decided that the place I probably want to go to next is the sorting system, because, well, it's a little bit underwhelming, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's a cool looking redstone contraption, don't get me wrong, but it's not the coolest looking build in the world. I mean, let's be honest, this is probably the most decorated part of it, and it's, yeah, I mean, it's alright. Maybe it's just because of my history with this build that I really don't like it. However, unfortunately, it's not very good for survival Minecraft. Now, this isn't great. But anyway, I think this is where we're going to go next, so I think I need to spruce this up just a little bit, because at the moment it's looking kind of shabby, like it's not looking the best, is it? So I think I'm going to grab some andesite and go ahead and maybe replace the flooring here with andesite to try and improve the aesthetics a little bit, I guess. Right, I'm also going to go ahead and add in a few of these blocks along here. Spin in here, I might just make like grey concrete powder or something. Yeah, it looks alright. Now the arduous task of crafting about 500,000 smithing tables. Alright, just making it look a little bit better. We've got some smithing tables in the floor here. We got this little staircase, even though you bump your head on that, but that's fine. And we got this area down here, which isn't looking the best. Maybe I might just replace some of the ores in here with stone, but that's about as far as I'm going to go with this, I think. Yeah, so one day I'll give this place a full overhaul, build some really cool stuff in this area. But for now, I think this is pretty much good. Alright, and I think to break it up a little bit, I might go ahead and just add a small fountain in the center here. Shouldn't take up too much space, like maybe literally about that. Yeah, and that'll just help add to it a little bit, I think. There we go, just a nice little fountain in the center of this place. I think that looks cool. However, now we have to deal with the horrid landmass that is this area. I mean, look at it. It is totally torn up by this cave. The terrain is super duper weird. There's another cave going through here. What is even going on with this area? So I think we need to go ahead and just totally redo this place because, well, it kind of needs it, let's be honest. Alright, so it's not perfect, but it's looking about 1,000,000 times better. I mean, look at this place. Yeah, it looks so much nicer than the rough, rugged terrain that it once was. And, I mean, to be fair, this whole place is pretty rough and rugged. I mean, look at how this kind of comes up here. Is this technically a Dark Mountains Hills? Dark Forest Hills or something? Nope, just a weirdly generated Dark Forest, yeah. So I think in the distant future, I want to go ahead and kind of flatten this area or do a lot more terraforming to it. But I think for now, this will have to do because this was by far the worst part, I think. So I think we managed to fix that and we can go ahead and build a path that comes through here and up to, it's a good question actually, maybe it'll come up through here, down through here, and then over to there. Yep, that's perfect. Alright, so it'll start there, it'll come through here, it'll go up around here, around, and down to the sorting system here. And then I think I also want to go ahead and start a path here and make it go across here, along this little lake here, through the forest and to the starter base. So we can connect up the spawn town to the sorting system, which can then connect up to the starter base, so that's the direction we can go, I guess, with the tour. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to get the camera account on. I always say that. The replay mod, not the camera account. I'm going to get the replay mod on and going to go ahead and film a bit of a third-person time-lapse building all of these pathways here. So without further ado, I guess let's get that guy on. Oh yeah, so we've got both of these pathways in place now. I'm really happy with how these turned out. Nice little boardwalk going across here, little mini transition going into this area, and with some slabs. I don't think I showed the slabs in the third person time lapse. It was actually quite a few days ago that I finished this off, if I'm being honest. But yeah, so that's that little bit done. Now I'm thinking, because if we fly up here, those two pathways come very close in proximity to each other. So I'm thinking of maybe just putting some trees in between here, or maybe not. I don't know. I think, yeah, you know what? Let's just leave it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So we now have a pathway that goes through here to the sorting system, and another one that goes through to the starter base. So now we're coming around into the starter base, and yeah, that's right. We have arrived in the starter base. And the starter base goes back to the spawn town as well, which is pretty cool. And the spawn town, well, I declared this complete quite a long time ago, back in, what episode was that? Episode 18. You want to know how I just checked that? Through the Try-Death-Bear Discord server. Yeah, that's right. If you didn't know, we have a Try-Death-Bear Discord server, and it's quite a cool Discord server. I'm pretty happy with it. Link is in the description. Hopefully I remember to put it there. Yeah, one of the main things I've done is I've kind of organized all of the different projects into different, like, categories, and you can see all the videos that we've been working on. Yeah, it's a cool little thing. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, if you want to join the Try-Death-Bear Discord server, go ahead. It's a pretty cool place, I guess. Alright, so now this is my personal favorite part of the world here. I might go ahead and move these away because these are not looking great, if I'm being totally honest. So I think I said this before, but this is my personal favorite part of the world here because I don't know, it just feels so complete and so nice. Like, we got this nice terraforming over here with this really nice looking tree. I like this tree. This is already here. I didn't make this, but it's a really nice looking tree anyway. So we've got some nice terraforming over there. We've got this nice looking building that fits perfectly in with the landscape there. We've got the pathway coming through here, which looks awesome. And then just up here, we have the fox pen. I love this area so much. And then just behind, we have the starter base as well, of course, which is the most complete area of my world. So this feels the most complete, this kind of central bit here. My goal is to get everything to look like this. Obviously, that's not going to happen in this episode, but at some point, maybe. Anyway, as we travel over here, going left is the area or the pathway that goes to the spawn area, as you can see. So yeah, this connects up there pretty well. And then if we come through here, it quickly starts to lose progression. Now, I did make a fair bit of progress on the rest of this tunnel, as you can see, but the floor is not quite finished because I didn't have vines, but luckily, these are all technically vine farms. So I've been harvesting vines from those, and we've managed to get a little over 2 stacks of vines, which should hopefully get us the rest of the pathway across here. Now, I'm thinking of doing another boardwalk across here, but I think I might do it out of dark oak this time instead, because it'll probably just fit in a little bit better, I guess. So that'll just come along the coast here. You can get a little view of TNT Town up there, and then it'll go and make a sharp turn left into this tunnel, which will go across here, across and up to TNT Town, as you can see. I really need to do some work in this place. Like, this building is looking pretty cool, at least the front facade of it is, but I still need to do quite a lot of work over here, actually. We have one farm, and it doesn't even involve TNT. Oh no, we have 2 farms, both of which don't even involve TNT. What is going on here? Yeah, I think pretty soon we should be building that tree farm, but anyway, for now, we just need to get some of the pathways done. Alright, no fuel in here. And no fuel in this either. What about sticks? It looks like we got no sticks either. Okay, I think it's clear we definitely need some form of a farm so that we can get fuel. I think that the first order of business after we do the tour is definitely going to be to go ahead and make some form of, like, maybe a kelp farm. Yeah, kelp farms produce a lot of fuel, so I think I might go ahead and make one of those. So we finally got this section of pathway complete. This has been a long time in the making for some reason. It probably shouldn't have been, but oh well, it was. So I might go ahead and hide a shulker over here and just fill it with these blocks just in case we want to use them again. So yeah, that's a nice little short section of tunnel there. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab some dark oak here, and let's do a little bit of a dark oak boardwalk, if you will. If you will. That's such a weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean, if you will? You know, you're watching the video. Unless you click off, of course you will. You know, I think I said it earlier in the video, but I'm such a detail-oriented person when it comes to stuff like this. Which is kind of why my world looks like this after 50 episodes, with stuff uncompleted everywhere, because I focus so much on the minute details. I mean, if we take a look at my base on the iCraft server, alright, we have to do this in less than 5 minutes. If we look at my base, you can see just the sheer amount of details on this thing. And it's the reason why it's not going all the way up to where I've planned it, because I spend so much time on the minute details on this thing. So, as you probably saw before, we have this nice little boardwalk going across, and I think I want to add a little bit of variation in the form of stripped logs, maybe? I think dark oak stripped logs look a bit odd though, so I'm not 100% sure. Ugh, yeah, no. Oh, the top half could work. It just kind of looks weird. I feel like it would look a lot better if it was just planks the full way around, so that's what I'm going to do. Really? Right, so now the next step here is just to design a little bit of a tunnel. Now, I think I want to go with the 3x3 design, because from memory, the roads are 3 blocks wide? Yes. Okay, so the roads are 3 block wide, so I think I want to go ahead and try and come up with some form of, maybe even a 5 wide. Yeah, a 5 wide, and then I can add pillars on the 5 wide, so it would be like calling this 6 blocks wide. Is it 6 blocks wide? I mean, not really, it's 4 blocks wide, but technically, including these side bits, yes, it is 6 blocks wide. So it'll be a similar sort of thing with that, but I want to do a TNT town type of design, not a spawn town type of the design, I guess you could say. I just came up with a cool idea, and that is to use put like a piston door here, which will help separate this outdoor area to the TNT town there. Now what I'm thinking is something along the lines of this, so if we just clear out a little bit more space here, I'm thinking maybe putting some dark oak up here, like so, and then that'll come across the top like this as well. Obviously, we can terraform this area, decorate it a little bit better, all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking maybe just some blackstone for the door. Maybe if we go ahead and add a little bit more of the decoration bits around here, it might look a little bit better. I think that's alright. And I feel like it would fit a lot better in the rest of the TNT town as well, on the other side of this tunnel, because obviously it's going to be a tunnel on the other side of this, and I feel like that would fit a lot better here. So let's go ahead, I'm going to grab some redstone resources here, and I'm going to go ahead and start building this thing. Right, so now I've dug an appropriate hole, and I've built an appropriate piston door. As you can see, it's now in place, and if we come up here, we should be able to just flick this lever and... Yay, alright. I didn't test that before this, so yeah, okay, it works. Cool. So now we have a 3x3 piston door going into the tunnel for TNT Town, which is cool. Now we just have to hook that up to the pressure plate down here. And with that, that should be the piston door done. So we obviously need to do some patchwork here, fill in all the gaps and whatnot. But when we step on this pressure plate, the door opens, and it should stay open for a little bit as well. Cool. So I had to move a bit of the redstone around, and as you can see, we have the pressure plate further back, so it's a lot easier to step on that one. Now we have had to considerably cut into this tree, unfortunately, but I think that's alright. We have managed to reroute the redstone a little bit so we can terraform it, make it look a little bit more natural, and as you can see, step on the pressure plate and we can go right through. And that is really awesome looking. Right, so I found a few of these shulkers laying around in TNT Town, which has materials from TNT Town in them. So hopefully we can have the materials to build a little bit of our tunnels. Have I already said it? I think I've already said it, but it's happening. Kelp Farm, episode 51. I promise you. Alright, so I got a little bit carried away and did a decent amount of designing. I love this piston door, by the way. I can do a grand reveal. Are you ready? Okay, no, it's not much, but yeah, so we got the floor in here, and we've got some like nether brick pillars here. I'm not too keen on the double pillar here, but I think it's kind of the best we can do, because the pillars have to be lined up here, because this will go an extra block out, and then this has to go across here to line up with the path up there, so we have 4 blocks in between each time. And unless we want to do like, yeah, you know what, let's try that. I think that would be a lot better than the double pillar. Yeah, it's alright. And I feel like we could build some cool stuff here as well. So I was thinking maybe some nether brick up the back here, and then to add some lighting, and also a little bit of danger, I guess, we could go ahead and add some fire down here. Now I hope this fire doesn't burn anything down. Actually, that's a point. If this starts burning, I'm going to be in big trouble, but I think for now it's fine. Alright, so I've mirrored this on the other side, and I was thinking maybe some brick across here, just to add a little bit of extra flavor, if you will. And then probably like some of the randomized blocks up the top here with some glass would look good. I do have to say the roof looks a little bit flat. I wish we had horizontal glass panes. That would be amazing in this one situation. Uh-oh. No! Hey. Anyway, as I was saying, we might have to just stick with this where it's just like that, that wool could very easily light on fire. Oh, I know what we can do. I think I definitely know which one I like more, and that is the brick slabs, but it was worth a shot with these. Alright, now time for an actual grand reveal. I've built a lot more of the tunnel now, and I think it's looking really cool, so let's give it a look. Voila! Look at that. Oh man, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. So the roof still feels a little bit narrow, but I think that's alright. I think that's okay, and yeah, I think it still looks pretty good. This kind of introduces the arch a lot more as well, which is good, which I like. I also decided to put these in all of the pillars because, I don't know, just adds a little bit of texture variation, all that kind of stuff. And I've got a lot more of the tunnel to do, and I am running pretty low on resources. I mean, we have barely any nether bricks, and a lot of stuff, like we're totally out of red wool, which we didn't have much of in the first place, and I think once we get over there as well, I don't really want to do just a boring staircase like I have here because, well, as I say, a boring staircase, it's a little bit boring. So I think I want to do like a bubble elevator type thing, could be cool. We have like a slime block launcher down here, which gets you from the bottom floor here to the top floor. Maybe we could do something with slime blocks, I'm not really sure. Right, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and build the rest of the tunnel here, and still looks cool. Alright, yeah, let me go ahead and build the rest of the tunnel here. Alright, so when I turn this corner, boom, there we go. A whole lot more of this tunnel is now done. I had to get a lot more nether brick, I had to get a lot more of this black terracotta, and as well as a little bit more a lot more bricks and a little bit more stained glass. So basically a lot more of all the resources. But as you can see, we've built the tunnel. It's extremely hot today, so I apologize if I can't speak properly. But yeah, so we finished this tunnel here, and now it's time to design the elevator, which I think I'm just going to go with a bubble elevator. It's easier. It's way easier. Actually, could a slime block get us up that way? I feel like it could get us that far. Only just not. I really kind of do want to do a slime block elevator now. I'm really tempted. Alright, and I have actually just gone ahead and made the slime block elevator. I figured it would be a lot easier than trying to record it, and plus this episode's getting kind of long anyway. Something else I have just noticed is these 3 blocks across the top. Right, yeah, there we go. So there is the slime block elevator done. Let's give it a tester here. Boom, boom, boom. Just like so. So I did have to have a little bit sticking out there, the little slime block there, but it wasn't too hard. I just ran this up here like so, and then if we break a couple blocks here, we can get into this section where I just had this little mechanism, and then it goes down with a bit of delay down here. Super simple, and I think that's just about everything for the projects that I want to do here today. I think what I want to do first though is just real quickly cover this up. And yeah, so now we have arrived here at TNT Town, which is probably going to be one of the last places we go to in the tour. We'll also go to the Witch Hub area, but that should be pretty much fully done from what I know. Not done, but there's no real glaring issues, so let's just fly over there. Other than this 500,000 shulkers in the middle, it's not really too bad. I might actually make an effort to get rid of those shulkers real quick. I'm just going to chuck all these in this chest, and that should, yeah, light up one of the lamps. Cool. I was just about to end off the episode, but I think one final thing I want to do in this area is just do a slight bit of terraforming, just so it looks a little bit better in this area. Alright, so I've done a bit more terraforming in this area and brought the pathway around like so. So as you can see, this land has been built up a little bit more, and built up a little bit more around this side as well. So I think that's pretty good. So I think it's about time we end off the episode now. It's been a bit of a long one, and a long one to record. I'm on a bit of a time crunch to finish this one. So let's get into the comment for the previous episode. Here we have Super Video New Fan by Game10s, which is something I wanted to mention because there have been a lot of new fans coming to the channel, I guess. Growth is what I'm trying to say. There's been growth on the channel, which is awesome. It's really, really awesome. And honestly, the numbers are pretty satisfying. I do have to say, like, I want to thank all of you guys for, you know, all this kind of stuff. We managed to get a lot of progress done today. I'm really happy with the amount that we have got done. And I think our world is feeling a lot more connected now with the pathways. So I think off camera, I'm going to go ahead and just do stuff like clean up some of these shulkers, and hopefully we'll be ready for the world tour in the next episode, which I'm really, really excited for. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode off here. So I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing. It would help me out immensely. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.